What's going on, guys? You read the title right. I'm going to be going through my entire wrestling collection. As posted on Instagram, I gave you guys the choice. Would you rather me do that or do something else? And you guys absolutely blew up the option for me to go through this. So here we are. And, I'm just going to cut right to the chase. We're going to get it started off with shoes. Shoe number one, the Asics International Lights. I can't really remember where I got these. I'm pretty sure when my dad was coaching, he had a pair of these. These might be his. I would have to, ask him, and I can't right now. So there we go. That's the story on the Asics International Lights. Boom. These are currently the shoes that I'm repping right now. These are the Rudis Colt 2.0s. I got these this past summer right before Fargo Nationals. I never ended up wearing these in Fargo, but right when I got back, training in the offseason in the fall, going to my club team Headhunters, I've been wearing these. I actually wore these to the Super 32 qualifier, but I ended up getting hurt. There we go, boom. Rudis Colt 2.0s. All right, shoe number three, my Inflix from last year. These shoes, honestly, I love these shoes. Were with me when I first joined Landon. Everybody clowned me on the team for wearing these. They used to call me Bobby Blue Shoes. It's a brown singlet with dark blue shoes. It looks kind of goofy, but as you can see, a little bit of wear and tear on them. I love them. Everybody loves them. Great shoe. Nothing much more else to say. Shoe number four. Ow. Shoe number four. Literally just a singular shoe. I don't know where the other shoe is, I'm not gonna lie. These were actually custom made. These are my Tawas. As you can see, got custom made. It says Fruity Pebbles. I'm a big cereal guy. If you're a big cereal guy, comment down below what your favorite cereal is. My favorite cereal is actually Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Kenny Mondays. I just got these this past Christmas. Story behind these, I was talking with my coach and he was like, James, what are your, upcoming thoughts on the Kenny Monday shoes? And I was like, I really like them. I think Rudis did a good job with Kenny Monday. I believe now he's actually the coach at Morgan State. I think he's the Morgan State coach, right? So who knows, maybe I can get him to sign these one day. That would be pretty awesome. That's shoe number five. Shoe number six. We've actually got the Magic Man, David Taylor's shoe himself, the M2 Combat Speed 4s. These shoes were actually my dad's. He coached in these when I was just, 6, 7, 8 years old, wrestling on my rec team. As a coach for, such little guys, you don't really scuff up the shoes very much. So yeah, they've been worn before, but they're in amazing condition. I've actually seen online these go for a decent amount of money. The Magic Man David Taylor shoes. Here we go. And last but not least, these are Rudis running shoes. Last season, my junior year, it was a big weight cutting year for me. These shoes, this is where the magic happened. These shoes right here. I remember I would wake up 6 a.m., go on my morning run to lose like a pound. I would go to school, go to practice, and then come home and run again. I still keep them. I still wear them around the house. Shoe number shoe number 7. And there we go. That's it for the shoes. We're gonna move on to the quarter zips now. Bring out the first quarter zip. Boom, first quarter zip. Landon Wrestling varsity quarter zip. This one I got last year. See, it's got a little bit of a wear and tear on it, unfortunately. But we can get that fixed, we can get it sewn up. I don't just wear this quarter zip out to, wrestling duels, wrestling tournaments, stuff like that. I actually wear it out in public. This is one of my favorite pieces of Landon clothing. Pretty sleek, pretty clean, crisp. I love it. It's really kind of shown me through the not the damage, but the wear and tear on it, how far I've actually come as a wrestler. Kind of shows me like the gaps I've had to jump to, be able to wrestle in college and things like that. Sweatshirt. This here is my Super 32 sweatshirt. For as tough of a tournament as it is, and yeah, I got my ass kicked a little bit there. That's not important. It's about the memories, having the opportunity to be able to go. Not many guys can say they've been to Super 32 or even qualified. I remember a lot of people from me coming from DC, they kind of, doubted me being, eligible, what kind of qualifications do I really have to attend Super 32 by just winning Washington, D.C. Went out to, the first qualifier that they had, and I actually made it all the way to the finals. Making it to the finals, I kind of showed everybody, I'm here, I'm ready to compete, prove myself. And this sweatshirt actually just, kind of reminds me of that. Don't let people, talk their talk about you. First year, my Maryland Fargo team sweatshirt. For those of you who don't know, Fargo Nationals, it takes place in Fargo, North Dakota, inside of the Fargo Dome. I believe 2 years ago, it was like the biggest freestyle and Greco tournament in the world or country. This year was actually the sweatshirt from the first time I've ever been there. I'm actually debating on going for a fourth, but I'm not really too sure right now. I want to prepare for college. My first year at Fargo, I actually didn't win a single match in freestyle. I walked out ready for Greco, and I ended up going 4-2 for Greco. I was actually a couple matches away from placing. Yeah, it's a pretty simple sweatshirt. I love it. Reminds me of my fun times in Fargo. Fun wrestling trip in the middle of nowhere. We've got another quarter zip, my Fargo 2022 quarter zip. So this one before was the 2021 one. This one's 2022. The Maryland State Wrestling Association stamp on the upper back there. This logo, Team Maryland logo. Yeah, like the last one, a lot of memories. Keep moving on. The Headhunters quarter zip. So you don't know, Headhunters main color is slime green. Headhunters wrestling room, we call it the Slime House. Pretty awesome place. As you can see, we got the skull right there. Headhunters actually has an Instagram page. For those of you also interested in wrestling, you can post the Instagram right here. Amazing club, amazing coaching. I wouldn't be where I am today without these coaches. That is the Headhunters wrestling quarter zip. We actually got a jacket. This one here, for those of you who are into, pretty old wrestling gear, this was my dad's from when he was on the New Jersey Cadet Freestyle and Greco national team. I think it's actually a pretty awesome jacket. Pretty old, pretty sleek. It's got that rain jacket material. This is actually the Greco jacket. I believe the freestyle jacket I have separate. See, pretty cool. That's it for the shirts and stuff. Shirts, sweatshirts, quarter zips, jackets. We're gonna get moving on into the singlets. All right, first singlet on the list. We've got Team California National Team singlet from Fargo of 2023. This here, honestly, we're starting with a great singlet. This probably is a top 3 singlet for me of all time. I really like the gold on white. I really like the font, the lettering of the CA. I actually traded for this. I believe it was after freestyle. This is one I'm gonna keep forever. So boom, singlet number 1, Team California. We've got my red Headhunters Freestyling Greco singlet. After Headhunters started picking up, initially it was in a gym, like a gymnastics facility, and soon we were able to afford a warehouse, put down mats, put up flags, put up wall mats, stuff like that, and really deck the place out. But yeah, during the freestyle season, I had the opportunity to buy one of these, a red, like I said before, red freestyle and Greco singlet. It says Headhunters on the front. On the back, it's actually got my last name. Yeah, I've had a lot of great memories wrestling for Headhunters. It's been amazing. I'm going to continue to rep them as my club team until I can no longer. We've got Minnesota Storm. I've seen these a lot online, and I'm not gonna lie, for the longest time I wanted one of these singlets. I thought the Storm Clown on the front was pretty awesome. The state logo on the back, the bird up top, and the state name right there. This is another singlet I actually got this past year from Fargo. Not many guys can say they've gotten state singlets from Minnesota, California, Montana. An old school singlet. They believe this one here is a Team Oklahoma singlet from the 1990s. This was one of the singlets my dad actually got from his version of Fargo. As you guys can see, it's a little revealing. It's a little much. But yeah, nonetheless, it's still pretty cool to have. Old style singlet. Team Colorado is another probably top 5, top 3 singlet for me. I really like the design of the the sun setting in the back here. Colorado written over the top here. Those of you who live in Colorado, shout out to you. Rudis singlet, yeah, y'all got pretty awesome gear. Got my Fargo team singlet for Team Maryland. This was my, I believe this is the red one. It's got the last name on it. Pretty cool. Team Maryland on the front, Maryland flag on the back. Nothing too much to say about this one. Got where it all started. My original, first ever wrestling singlet. This here was my old elementary/middle school singlet. For those of you who don't know, before Headhunters actually became Headhunters, it was the Outlaws. It was an awesome group of guys. I'm still really close with, a bunch of the guys on that team. This is a singlet I'll never lose, never forget. Something I'll keep safe forever. Kind of shows me when my wrestling journey began. Something to look back upon, now and see how far I've come. And that's the OG singlet. Moving on, we've got my old St. John's singlet. For those of you who don't know, before I attended Landon, I went to school in Washington, D.C. at St. John's College High School. One thing they said is you could never bring home the singlets. Kids would always lose them, quote unquote. They would always lose them, always get them jacked up. Some would steal them. I was one of those someones. My coach actually ended up leaving. He moved to California. He was giving away a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of his old wrestling gear. He was having us all pack up the singlets. And he was like, James, don't you dare take one. And I was like, no, coach, I won't, I promise. 2 years later, we took one. Pretty cool memento to have of my experiences at St. John's, wrestling in the WCAC. It was pretty awesome, pretty fun. It's a time I'm never going to forget. I'm still close with all the guys on that team. I still hang out with them. They're pretty cool. They actually follow the Instagram. Instagram plug right now. 10K, we got something crazy going on. As I was saying, St. John's singlet. Lots of great memories for it, wrestling for their team. But it's going to get added to the pile. That wraps it up for the singlets. And I've actually got one more pretty crazy thing to show you guys. We got something big cooking up for this last one. So this here, I got this 2 years ago at Fargo. This here is a signed Jordan Burroughs singlet when he first released his Lady Liberty shoes. And this has got a pretty crazy story behind it. I remember I was wrestling freestyle, and I was like 3-1, and we took a break for like lunch and stuff. We got to go back to the hotel, shower, clean up, stuff like that. And I got an email on my phone, and it said Jordan Burroughs was up at the Rudis pop-up stand. I was like, Dad, I gotta go buy a singlet and get him to sign it. He was like, Jamie, I waited in line, and I was like 15 people away, and I had to leave. And I called my dad, and I was like, Dad, you gotta come wait in line for me. He took my spot. He got him to sign it for me. It's a bummer I never got to meet him, but it's pretty cool to have a little memento of him. But yeah, that was all of my collectibles for wrestling. Shoes, to jackets, to singlets, to signed stuff. It was pretty awesome to just go through a bunch of my gear. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. For those of you who want to continue to follow my content, follow the socials, James Hanley Wrestles on Instagram and TikTok. And remember to use code Hanley for 10% off your W Energy order.
James Hanley, out.